This 7-inch touchscreen display connects to your computer with a single USB cable, and you can use it for hotkeys, macros, monitoring, Twitch chats, and a bunch of other stuff. This is the G.Skill Wigidash. Who would have thought G.Skill would be releasing a product like this? They're mainly known for RAM and maybe some other PC hardware like cases. But here, they're throwing their hat into the command center type of product, and it's honestly a pretty great first attempt. The 7-inch display has a resolution of 1024 by 600, is fully touchscreen, has decent colors, and is pretty sharp for what it is. The refresh rate leaves a little to be desired though, as the audio visualizer widget isn't as smooth as I'd like it to be, but it does work, so there's that.
Okay.
It has an integrated stand, and the non-slip pad on it is actually pretty decent, but the best part, I think, is it only needs a single USB cable for power and display. Anybody familiar with the DIY sensor panel scene knows that most little displays like this use some kind of connector like HDMI, but also use USB for data and power. Much like the Elgato prompter, this becomes a single cable solution, and that's awesome.
Yes!
Welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Chris, this is Coalition Gaming, and I like to teach you guys about repairing, setting up, and streaming from your PC. If you're into that sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos.
The touch buttons on it can be used to do all sorts of things, including executing programs, opening URLs, executing auto hotkey scripts, simulating key presses, Helldivers, I'm looking at you,
I'm doing my part.
media controls, and more. Plugging it in and loading the software for the first time, the default pages are actually set up pretty well with basic monitoring widgets already present. You will need to install hardware info for the monitoring stuff though.
Okay. All right.
But another awesome feature of this device also includes using it like a sensor panel. This requires AIDA64 to work, but after installing that and finding a pre-made sensor panel layout from User 3D on G.Skill forums, I'll have the link down in the description, loading it up was easy and the sensor panel itself looked awesome. It had so much info on it, though because of the multifunctionality of this device, I wouldn't recommend using it inside a case though. I mean, unless you don't care about the touchscreen command center aspect of it, you do you.
Okay.
Like I mentioned in the intro though, being able to put multiple Twitch chats on this is pretty neat as well. You can use it to monitor your own chat if you're streaming, but also to monitor chats of other people you follow, whether their streams are pulled up or not. And as far as I can tell, you can just keep adding more and more pages for all sorts of widgets and sensor info and chats without limit. I mean, sure, you might eventually hit a limit, but at that point, you'll have tons of pages. So real quick, just going through the software, if you can make a button, I'm going to make a button to open OBS. So I'm going to change the icon to the OBS logo. And you can see it's full color, normal button. I think black and white are very specific. But when you actually go to make the button, you see all the different options that any key press hotkey you can do. And I'm going to do execute a program. So I'm going to browse over to the batch file I created to be able to open OBS. Just some quick Google searching can help you out with that. Push the button. And bam, you see OBS open up just like that. You can also set any kind of image as a button. It doesn't have to do anything. If you just want some images on there, you could do that too. You can see here all the different buttons and sizes and everything in the software, but just drag one over and then you can click browse, go over to wherever you have your images. I'm going to put this little peepo guy in there and you see him. This is not just an image, but an actual GIF, and it looks just as good on the device as it does here in the software. It's pretty awesome. Any negatives though? It's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? Hardware info is free at least, but AIDA64 isn't. Having to run 3 programs to get full usage out of Wigidash seems like a bit much to me, but I see why it's like this, so it's hard to complain. This can be a worry if you have a PC with a weak CPU and low RAM though, as more programs equal more resource usage. If anything, my biggest gripe is having to change the preferences for the Wigidash software to minimize to tray. By default, it either minimizes to your taskbar or closes altogether depending on what you click. They do allow this to be toggled, but something like this should definitely be default to minimizing the tray if you ask me. Other than that, not much to complain about. At $130 though, I don't think it's a terrible price, but this comes dangerously close to what the 15-button Elgato Stream Deck cost, so you definitely want to do your research when it comes to buying something like this. What do you think though? Price is okay? Features good? Drop a comment down below and let's talk about it. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, I stream to Twitch every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/coalitionchris. So feel free to stop by, drop a follow, and let's talk tech and streaming gear. Yeah? Anyways, that does it for me. My name is Chris, and I've been your computer technician. Catch you in the next one. Bye.